And a Fox News alert to kick it off. The White House fiercely defending its narrative on Benghazi for a second day in a row now after a stunning new email shows what appears to be the White House's direct involvement in shaping the talking points about that attack. Hi, everyone. I'm Gretchen Carlson. Welcome to The Real Story today. The White House press corps again taking Press Secretary Jay Carney to task over those emails. This as an explosive hearing underway on Capitol Hill at the same time, where a top military intelligence official at the time of the attack telling lawmakers more should have been done to help the Americans on the ground that night. More on that in a moment. But first, back to the White House press briefing, because we have Chief White House Correspondent Ed Henry live at the White House. You know, Ed, somebody just tweeted me that Jay Carney should maybe be on Dancing with the Stars because he was doing a lot of tap dancing today.
Second day in a row, as you say, Gretchen, that Jay Carney was under fire, getting some tough questions from various people in the briefing room. And the key question is this Ben Rhodes email that we've been talking about, these talking points that were helping prepare Susan Rice, who was then the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations for those 5 appearances on the Sunday talk shows. The question being, was this about Benghazi or not? Jay Carney saying for the second straight day they did not turn over this document for well over a year because it was not about Benghazi, even though we now know that it was turned over in the last few days because Judicial Watch was demanding documents about what? Benghazi. That's why I asked this question.
If the email was not about Benghazi, as you said yesterday and say again today, why did the White House turn it over to a conservative group seeking information about Benghazi?
You would have to ask the State Department about how they responded to FOIA requests. I would again point you to the fact that, I mean, all you have to do is read it, Ed, right?
All you have to do is read it. Well, actually, we've read that memo in question, the email from Ben Rhodes. And yes, to Jay Carney's point, it was about broader stuff, about the violence in the Mideast, Cairo and elsewhere. But it also included Benghazi. And in fact, in one of my follow-ups, when I pressed Jay Carney, he quoted from the email and said, here's the section on Benghazi, which was in the email. So that is why you have Republicans like John McCain out today directly using the word cover-up and saying, why wasn't this turned over sooner, Gretchen?
All right, Ed, some good questioning there. But it wasn't just you. I mean, Fox has been out in front of this story from the get-go. But do you feel like there's a sea change now in the briefing room amongst other reporters?
Well, you're starting to see more reporters press on this issue. Certainly, there were questions yesterday and today from John Karl of ABC News, Major Garrett of CBS Today, as well as Jim Acosta from CNN, who, by the way, started off the questioning yesterday on this before John Karl did. And so there were multiple people on this. And yet when I jumped in today, I was off yesterday, just back from Asia after a long flight. Jay Carney started going after Fox and saying, your bosses, he said, are just disappointed that a conspiracy has not been proven here. But listen to what Jim Acosta pressed him on from CNN.
In November of 2012, the president said, I think it's important to find out what happened in Benghazi, and I'm happy to cooperate in any ways that Congress wants. We have provided every bit of information that we have.
Right.
That email was not provided.
Have you read the email, Jim?
So there you see the question to the president right after the last election had said, look, we're going to turn over everything. This is one of the lingering questions. Why wasn't this email in particular turned over much sooner, being pushed there by CNN? As I said, there were a whole series of networks today pushing on this very issue, and yet the attack came in against Fox. Why? I don't really know, but at the end of the day, I'm certainly not going to stop asking questions on this issue or any other issue. I did the same thing in the Bush administration, by the way.
Okay, well, we're so glad that you're asking the tough questions, and frankly, that the others are as well. About time. Thanks, Ed.